Good morning, friends. My name is Dr. Praveen Nerpada. My qualification is MSc B.Ed PhD. So today I will teach you about the NEET. What is meant by NEET? NEET is nothing but the National Eligibility Cum Entrance Test. This NEET examination mostly for medical entrance, for MBBS, BDS, BAMS. It have the syllabus. It contains the PCB group, that is the physics, chemistry and biology. Total marks are 720. Total questions are 180. Each question contains the 4 marks. So physics have 45 questions, chemistry 45 questions and biology 90 questions. And duration is 3 hours, means 180 minutes. So it have the syllabus 11th and 12th. 11. First, diversity in living worlds. Second, structural organization in animals and plants. Third, cell structure and function. Fourth, plant physiology. Fifth, human physiology. This is the syllabus of 11th standard. Now 12th standard, reproduction. Then genetic and evolution. Next, biology and human welfare. Next, biotechnology and its application. And last, ecology and environment. So this syllabus from 11th and 12th for medical entrance in biology. Now today, next we are going to study about the concept of biology. There are so many terminologies are there. There are so many definitions are there. All these are the concept. First we are going to study. So first study about the biology. Biology is nothing but study of botany and zoology. What is meant by botany? Botany means study of plants. Zoology is study of animals. So today we are going to study about the botany. Some sub-disciplines of botany we are going to study first. What is meant by agronomy? Agronomy is nothing but the application of plant science to crop production. Then bryology. Bryology, it is also called as bryophyta. Study of mosses, liverworts and hornworts. Next, economic botany. Economic botany means study of plants of economic uses or value. The next one is ethnobotany. Ethnobotany means study of medicinal plant, that is relation between human and plants. Forestry, forest management and related studies. Then horticulture. Horticulture means study of fruit plants, that is cultivated plant. Lichenology means study of lichens. Paleobotany, study of fossil plants or fossil records. Palynology, study of pollen and spore. Phycology, study of algae. Mycology, study of fungi. Phytochemistry, plant secondary chemistry and chemical process. Plant anatomy, cell and tissue structure. Phytopathology, study of plant diseases. Plant ecology, role of plants in the environment. Plant genetics, genetic inheritance in plants. Plant morphology, structure and life cycles. Plant physiology, life function of plants. Plant systematics, classification and naming of plants. All these are the terminology in botany. So, we have to study about the some concept about the algae. What is meant by algae? Different colors of algae, different types of algae, and occurrence of algae. First one to study what is meant by algae. Algae, it is simple in structure, it is meaningful. It occurs in pond, river, ditches, seashore, as well as in fresh water, in marine water also. Where there is water is present, there is presence of algae. Where there is moist places, there is presence of algae. Take a sample of water, take a sample of moisture, keep it on the slide, put one drop of water and see under the microscope, then we can see the different shape and size of algae, different colors of algae. So it have the types: chlorophyceae, cyanophyceae, phaeophyceae, rhodophyceae. It is also called as chlorophyceae is nothing but the chlorophyta. Cyanophyceae, it is also called as cyanophyta. Phaeophyceae, it is also called as phaeophyta. And rhodophyceae, it is also called as rhodophyta. Chlorophyceae, it is green in color. Chloro means green, phyce means algae. It is green in color. Example, Spirogera. Cyanophyceae, cyano means blue-green. That is the BGA. Phyce means algae, blue-green color, algae. Example, Nostoc, Anabaena, Pseudomonas. These chlorophyceae and cyanophyceae mostly present in our locality. Mostly present in pond, river, ditches. And phaeophyceae and rhodophyceae mostly present in where there is more amount of water is present. There is presence of phaeophyceae and rhodophyceae. Phaeophyceae, pheo means brown, phyce means algae, brown color algae. That is example is Sargassum. This Sargassum algae mostly present in marine water, seashore. Mostly occurring large amount of water is present. It is also called as giant seaweeds. Giant seaweeds mostly present in, for example, Ganpatipure. Rhodophyceae, it is also freshwater algae. It is also giant seaweeds. Up to 50 to 60 meter in length, it can be spread, float on water. For example, Batrachospermum, and it have the red color. So all these are the four types of algae. All these are the four types of algae present in water, and it have the different colors. So that is called the algae. Algae, it is photosynthetic in nature. It is green, blue-green or different colors. So they prepare their own food with the help of sunlight. So their mode of nutrition is autotrophic. Autotrophic means they prepare their own food with the help of sunlight. So it is called autotrophic. Then next one is study of fungi. Fungi mostly occur in dead and decaying decomposed material. For example, rhizophus, mushroom, some edible and non-edible mushrooms are there. There are so many examples are there. So these fungi are dead and decaying decomposed material they are occurring. Then afterwards study of the bacteria. Bacteria, it have the different types of bacteria. Some are useful, some are harmful also. Some are spirally, Vibrio, Coccus, Streptococcus. All these are the bacteria present in water, present in soil, present in air. Then next study about the viruses. Viruses are obligatory parasitic. They are pathogenic in nature. Plant and animal viruses are there. Then study about the bryophytes. Bryophyta, that is the non-flowering plants. These bryophytes mostly occur in hilly region, mountain region, sub-mountain region. Mostly occur in Himalaya range. They are present, they are attached on the walls, on the stone, on the rocks. They can spread horizontally as well as vertically. They are green in color, attaches to the substratum and continue the growth. For example, Rixia, Markensia, etc. And these bryophytes, they are not more than 3 inches. They are not more than 3 inches. So these bryophytes, they are also photosynthetic in nature. Mode of nutrition is autotrophic. Then study about the pteridophytes. Pteridophytic members, they are also present in hilly region, mountain region, mostly occur in shadow places. They are non-flowering plants. They are also not more than 3 meters. Example, fern, it is also called as Nephrolepis. It contains the rhizome. From the rhizome, there is a rising of wire-like stolon, where it touches to the soil. Again, they form the adventitious roots and they forms the young sporophytic plant body, that is the Sarcinate taxis. From that we get the new generation of plant. After maturity, they forms the leaflet. Leaflets are auriculated pinna-like structure. After maturity, at the abaxial side of the leaflet, they contains the brownish color sori. They are kidney shaped, they are bean shaped, and they are arranged in 2 rows. So after dispersal, they form the spores. So they bear the spore. So reproduction is asexual. So that is called the pteridophytes. Pteridio means spore. Phyta means plant. The plant which bear the spore is called pteridophyte. Then study about the gymnosperm. Gymnos means naked. Sperm means seed. Naked seeds. The plant have the naked seeds. They are without ovary. They are mostly occur in Cycas, Pinus, Nitum. These are the example. Cycas, it looks like a coconut tree, but these plants have the 2 types of plant, male plant and female plant. And the height of that plant is not more than 5 to 6 meter. It looks like a coconut tree. It is unbranched. And we can identify the male and female plants. Male plant contains the cone. It is compactly arrangement of microsporophyll and they forms the male cone present at the center of the axis. That is the male plant. Female plant contains the naked ovules. Ovules are 2 to 10 in number. They are without ovary. We can see with the naked eye. So that is called the female plant. So in this plant, there are 2 types of leaves are present. There are 2 types of reproductive leaves are present. 2 types of leaves. Some are long elongated, that is the green foliage leaves. Some are triangular in shape, smaller in size, that is the scaly leaves. And there are 2 types of reproductive leaves, that is the microsporophyll and megasporophyll. Microsporophyll bears the microspore and megasporophyll bears the megaspore. So that is called the gymnosperm, that is the naked seed without ovary, that is called the gymnospermic plant. Then next one is angiosperm. Angios means enclosed, sperm means seed. Seed is enclosed inside the ovary, is called angiospermic plant. Surrounding to our locality, all are angiospermic plant. It may be grasses, it may be herbs, shrubs, as well as taller trees. All are included in angiosperm, mostly flowering plants. These angiospermic plants mostly monocot and dicotyledonous plants. Monocotyledonous plant, they are single seeded plant. Jawar, bajra, maize, rice, wheat, these are the example. And dicots, that is the 2 seeded plants, that it can be divided into 2 equal parts. That is, example is groundnut, pea, gram, bean, etc. All these are included in angiosperm. Then afterwards, last concepts are there. What is meant by vascular land plant? Or what is meant by vascularization? Vascular land plants means the plant which contains the vascular tissue is called vascular land plant. And vascular tissues are nothing but the xylem and phloem. Xylem conducts the water and phloem conducts the food. With the help of trace element, the conduction of food and water. So that is called the vascular tissue. And this vascular land plant it have the adapted character, and each and every plant have the adapted character, that is the root, stem, leaves, cuticle, stomata, mechanical tissue and conducting tissue. First one is root. Root, there are different types of roots are there. Means adventitious roots and tap roots. There are so many modified roots are there, but there are two types of roots are there. One is adventitious. Adventitious, it is also called as fibrous roots. It is not deeply rooted into the soil. We can pick up easily from the soil. Mostly occur in shrubby plants, vegetables, as well as grasses. All these are the adventitious roots. And another root is taproot. It is deeply rooted into the soil. We cannot pick up easily from the soil. Mostly occur in all higher green plant, taller trees. And both have the same function, that is absorption, fixation and supporting. To absorb the water and mineral from the soil, giving support to plant or to fix the plant in position. That is the function of root. After root, they form the stem. Stem, it is erect, it is cylindrical, it is hard, it is stout. It contains the nodes and internode, and from the node result there is arising of leaves. So that is called the stem. Then afterwards they form the leaves. Leaves are different shape and size of leaflets are there. Some are oval or ovoid in shape, some are long elongated, and they are photosynthetic in nature, and they are arising from the node region. That is called the leaves. Some are reticulated and some are parallel venation. It occurs in leaves. After leaves, they form the cuticle. Cuticle is the epidermal outgrowth of the plant. That is the heat screen to protect the plant from the sun rays. That is the cuticle. It is the outermost outgrowth. Cuticle, then study about the stomatal opening, that is the stomata. It is a small opening which is present at the end of the margin. It is in the form of small dew points where called as stomatal opening. It contains the guard cells. Through that guard cell there is excess amount of water which is liberated, transfer or evaporation of water or loss of water through the opening of stomata. Each and every leaflet have the opening of stomata, and more amount of stomatal opening present at the abaxial side of the leaflet at the end of the margin, and less amount of stomatal openings are present on the adaxial surface, that is the upper surface of the leaflet. There is evaporation, there is transpiration, there is loss of water, means that is the guttation. It is in the form of dew points, that is the stomatal opening. Then afterwards, study about the mechanical tissue. Mechanical tissue, they give mechanical support to the plant at the time of heavy rainfall as well as heavy rainfall to give mechanical support. That is the mechanical tissue. Parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma. Parenchyma and collenchyma are the living cell and sclerenchymatous cells are dead cells. All these are the mechanical tissue, and they give mechanical support to the plant at the time of heavy rainfall and wind. And last one is conducting tissue. Conducting tissue are nothing but the xylem and phloem. They conduct the water and they conduct the food. Xylem conducts the water, that is water conducting tissue, and phloem conducts the food, that is the food conducting tissue. With the help of trace element, they conduct the water and food and give all over the different parts of the plant body, that is the conducting tissue. All these are the adapted characters present in vascular land plant. Each and every plant have the adapted character. Thanks for watching my videos. Like it and share it to all friends and